And I believe I should make a stand and say, no, this is going too far now. This is going too far. In fact,
but surely health and lives are more important than money.
Absolutely, but this is not a pandemic.
It is a pandemic.
No, it isn't.
It really is.
Ian. It really is. It's a 99.974% recovery rate below 65. That doesn't classify as a pandemic.
Every single health professional in the world classifies it as a pandemic.
Why? Because
it's a worldwide event that is killing people all over the world. It is a global pandemic. You can't argue against that. You can argue that it's not as serious as some people are making out if you want. I don't agree with you. I think when you look at the death, I mean, if you classify a pandemic as something that it kills half the population of the world, that isn't the definition of what a pandemic is.
Well, what's the definition then?
It's different from an epidemic. It's more serious than an epidemic.
But would you argue a pandemic is something that has a 99.974% recovery rate for ages below 65? I'd say it wasn't.
Well, you might say it wasn't, but that is not the definition of a pandemic. I'm just looking up the definition now. A pandemic, this is from Wikipedia, but it's the first one that comes up. A pandemic is an epidemic of an infectious disease that is spread across a large region, for instance, multiple continents or worldwide, affecting a substantial, getting the page up, affecting a substantial number of people. A widespread endemic disease with a stable number of infected people is not a pandemic. Widespread endemic diseases with a stable number of infected people, such as recurrences of seasonal influenza, are generally excluded as they occur simultaneously in large regions of the globe rather than being spread worldwide. That is what a pandemic is. That's what we're experiencing.
Not quite, because it's a substantial number of people.
What?
I don't argue there's a virulent strain of flu. I'm not arguing that. But the measures being implemented are causing a destruction in our economy. They are leading us to a destruction of the future generation in terms of the amount of debt that has been borrowed. We're rushing out a vaccine that even the doctor's guidelines has been said it isn't tested on people who have got existing medication. It isn't tested on certain age groups. It isn't tested on the effect on fertility. This is utter madness.
It's not madness at all.
If this was the bubonic plague where 1/3 of Europe died,
but it
then
isn't.
I'd say, yeah, I get it. But, we have a recovery rate below 65 of the working population of 99.974%.
But you don't in the older ages of the population.
It's 95.7%.
Just because it's not got the same levels as the bubonic plague does not mean this is not a pandemic. I just read you out the definition of a pandemic. It doesn't mention death rates at all, by the way. You could just go and look it up.